What's up, everyone? It's Sean, aka Raven, and welcome back to Raven Invest. Today we're going to have a quick look at some alternative sets. I haven't completed all the research that I was looking to do before the video. It's springtime coming up, lots of stuff to do outside, get the house ready, get the front yard looking nice. So I've been quite busy with that. But I just wanted to do a little bit of quick something, kind of to take a look at what I've been doing with it. And I also want to give a shout out to, we had a few new subscribers this week, so welcome everybody. Thank you very much for your support. Unfortunately, I'm not able to see everybody's name that subscribes. I'm not sure exactly why, but MYC, he did leave a comment, and we did have a little bit of a conversation, so welcome. And he's a fellow Canadian, so welcome aboard here. And everybody appreciate the support, and I would appreciate if you guys give a big smash on that like button for this video. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We got lots of football card content coming up. We got even some Pokemon. I'm going to get my son involved here and get him on and doing some Pokemon with us here, trying to figure out, see if we can buy some Pokemon cards that we can invest in. So that'll be fun there. A little bit of a different way there than the football cards, but it's always fun to change it up there. And my son's something my son's interested in. He's not as interested in the sports cards, but he does like the Magic the Gathering and the Pokemon cards. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, guys, if you appreciate it if you could hit that like button, show the channel some love. And also, too, I'm so excited because this is draft week. We are coming up on the NFL draft, which is one of my favorite times of the year. Love the draft. And now, even more, the fact that I'm investing in sports cards makes it even more fun. I want to see what teams improved, what cards get pushes from certain drafts, because this is going to help for next year. Things like that. So I'm excited just as a football fan, but on top of that, as a sports card investor and collector, I'm also excited to see how this pans out. And it also helps that my Ravens just traded for a first round on draft pick. So that makes that Thursday night kind of extra exciting for me. So let's have a quick look. As I said, guys, I didn't get as much of the analysis done. So what I did is I figured I'd set up a little bit of a test and see how it goes. So I've been looking at different alternative sets, and I guess I didn't include Mosaic in that. I guess Mosaic is in that group of the what we consider the liquidatable cards, I guess, whatever they say. But I mean, with the volume of the cards that are on COMC, it's pretty crazy how many just base Mosaic cards there are. Some of them are approaching 150. And so those are a little bit harder to figure out with those types of volume. But I think once I nailed down my my list, I'm calling my list algorithm. Basically, I'm going to take the sales data and try and predict the best spot that I need to be in to sell a card within a certain time. And just that kind of thing. It's a tricky algorithm to kind of figure out, but we'll see, because that's my primary focus is that list, is learning all I can about maneuvering up and down, where's the best position, how to deal with people who just run constant sales, things like that. So I'm working all those things out. And I'd like to be able to have basically an algorithm that I can punch in. Okay, this card's had so many sales on these months. We're in that same, things like that. I know I'm not explaining it a lot here, but I will get into it once I kind of have a basis for it and I start testing it out and looking at it. And something like that won't necessarily as you guys have seen in my videos, I'm strictly COMC to COMC. Haven't taken anything off. I haven't put anything on. I'm strictly buying and selling COMC. And right now, that's just the way it's going to be for me. I will have other avenues to sell cards, but I'm not in that. I'm just not in that frame of mind. I want to concentrate on COMC. I have most of my money invested on COMC. I have most of my assets on COMC, so I'm just going to concentrate on selling them on COMC right now. So to sell them on COMC, you need to learn the list, right? The list is the key. So the first set I looked at, and the only reason I kind of took this one out of the others because the numbers seemed to be more reasonable. There wasn't 10,000 of one card there. Some of the numbers were high, but some of them were still within reason. So the first set was the rookies and stars, and again that falls under that lower tier, lower end, left over at the store kind of box, I guess. I don't know. They're nice looking cards. They got them. They're in the team uniforms. They have the rookie card, the RC logo on them, so it's not bad. They're not spectacular cards, but they're not horrible looking cards either. The problem is that, according to everybody in YouTube, if it's not Prizm, it's not Select, it's not even Optic, it's not worth it almost. But I've done the digging on Donruss, and I know they sell. That's why I started my initial collecting was only the Donruss set, so I could get to know it, understand it, things like that. So now I'm branching off as I'm starting to make some sales, and I can upgrade my cards a little bit. But now I want to see if these rookies and stars maybe have some opportunity to make some money. So I'm still crunching the analysis on the sales data and the volumes and the prices and things like that. And this will probably fall under my my new algorithm that I'm looking at. It'll be able to apply to any card, doesn't matter the player. I'll be able to tell the past sales data what's the best position on the board, on the list to meet my criteria for an ROI and time. So anyway, it's underway. So what I did here was, like, this one only has 15 total sales since I would say probably December. They're released in November 2020. Probably took at least a month, maybe a month and a half. So we're looking at December, maybe January right? So it's had 15 sales since January, which is not very strong. So the thing I'm thinking, though, is this year, the hobby is different even than it was last year. Last year, it was kind of in its infancy. Stuff was blowing up for sure, and stuff was, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as big as it's going to be this year because of the hype, because of the last year that we've had in the hobby kind of thing. So anyway, I just want to see again. So what I did was I bought a card. I think one of these were like 31 cents. So I went and bought it and followed my my thing. I repriced it at 79 cents. So I'm still on the first page, and we'll see how it goes. Because if I go over and look at DK, which he's probably the cream of the crop card wise for the receivers of the last couple years. And the only reason I don't know how, I'd have to look and see how far rookies and stars go back. I know it goes back to at least 2018, but I don't know how further it goes back. So it's harder to compare it to cards if there's there's no Tyreek Hill, there's no Michael Thomas, or whatever the case may be. So so I figured that's why I used kind of DK, because he's pretty much the top of the market for the last couple of years for wide receivers. So he's had 40 sales since probably November of 2019. So it's been a year and 3 or 4 months. So again, that's not a ton of sales, but that is, he's only got 13 cards on there and 13 cents. So there's 26 cards on here that are accounted for out of 40 sales. So there is some sales movement, but maybe not a ton. And I don't think this would be a good card again, because there's only 13. So yeah, I could say I'm gonna stick it at the bottom there, but we'll see. We're testing out with Brendan out, because I think he'll have a little pop there. from the Niners drafting a quarterback on Thursday. Presumably drafting a quarterback on Thursday. So we'll see. So we'll see how these cards pick up, if there's any kind of sales with them. I'm also going to track the Prizm, the Mosaic, the Donruss, and the Optic sales for Ayuk after the draft, and compare them to the rookies and stars. If there are any sales, I'll go probably 2 weeks after the draft and check every day and see if there's been any sales, things like that. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I apologize, guys. I wanted to have a little bit more data, some more raw data. I just haven't had the time to put it together. And I actually, to be honest with you, I wanted to use the draft as my test bed, because I know there's going to be some hype coming out of the draft after some of these quarterbacks are drafted, things like that. So I figured that would be the best time to do a little bit of a test here. I don't even know if this is a valid test there. I just want to see. I'm going to mark a couple cards, but my initial thing is that I believe that these cards are going to be viable investments, but only if the guy excels, right? Like Brandon Ayuk, if he has an average season or a pretty decent season, his Prizm will probably go up, his Select will probably go up. But this card may not bump in sales, right? The demand for this may not go up. But if he comes out and he's the second or third best receiver in the league, and San Francisco's in a playoff spot and things like that, maybe that does trickle down, because his Prizm card's going to go up, his Select's going to go up, his Optic's going to go up, everything's going to go up. Maybe this leaves an alternative for everybody. Just like when they say, LeBron's rookie card goes, his Topps Chrome refractors go out of crazy, so everybody goes to the Topps Chrome, and then when the Topps Chrome goes crazy, everybody goes to the Topps, and then they go to all the alternatives when stuff becomes too expensive. Anyway, obviously we're talking about a difference between somebody paying a $40,000 card and a dollar card here, so I'm trying to apply the theory to it, hoping that the hype trickles down, kind of thing. But we'll see how it goes. It's not. It was just a little bit of a test, and it's more just to be able to track it. I'm not concerned if I don't sell it within the next 2 weeks, but I just want to see some of the movement on these cards and track them and see how viable they are for options or investments. So anyway, that's it for this today, guys. I'm trying to get a couple more videos out a little bit quicker there. I got lots of ideas, and I'm almost at the point where I'm not sure which one to do next, which video to do next. I've got another Fun with Cards lined up there. Hasn't been one of the most popular videos view-wise, but I thought it was fun. So we can't always do work. We got to have some fun too, right? So anyway. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. And as I said, I will be having some upcoming videos more about these sets and with some more in-depth stats and analytics to look at. So thanks again, and until next time, everyone stay safe.